Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Rwanda, honorable ministers, deputy governors of central banks, board members and CEO of the Financial Alliance for Women, CEO of the Access to Finance Rwanda, chairperson and CEO of Rwanda's Private Sector Federation, CEOs and MDs of our financial institutions, representatives of African central banks and the World Bank Group, development partners, distinguished guests, good morning. Muraho neza. It is both an honor and privilege to welcome you to the 2025 Financial Alliance for Women Annual Summit. And to our distinguished international guests, welcome to Rwanda, the country of 1,000 hills and 14 million smiles. We gather at a moment when the world is redefining resilience. This year's theme, Accelerating Enabling Entrepreneurial Ecosystems, could not be more timely nor more vital. Here in Rwanda, we continue to believe with clarity and conviction that gender equity is not just a social good. It is a strategic imperative. It is the foundation of a thriving economy and a more inclusive future. Your Excellency, First Lady, we are extremely honored by your presence here today. It's a testimony to your unwavering support to the economic empowerment of women and girls in Rwanda, but also in Africa, and we thank you immensely. This summit in Kigali started as an idea. In September last year, CEO Ines Morey visited Rwanda for only one day to meet with the Central Bank and Access to Finance Rwanda. She introduced the Women Entrepreneurs Finance Code to us, but we asked, how come Rwanda is not among the countries where you're piloting it? A few calls and meetings later, here we are, hosting the Financial Alliance for Women Summit for the first time in Africa. And this shows the power of partnerships and Rwanda's commitment to inclusive finance. And over the past decade, Rwanda has achieved near universal access to financial services. Indeed, according to the FinScope survey of 2024, 92% of Rwandan adults own a bank account or a mobile money wallet, and that's a financial inclusion rate that places us among the most financially included societies globally. But access alone, as we all know, is not enough. The true test is in quality, equity, and meaningful usage of financial services. A few statistics to illustrate this. Only 1 in 3 Rwandan adults actively use bank services. And the gender gap, both in access and usage, remains real. Only 8% of women have access to bank loans compared to 13% of men, highlighting a 5 percentage points gender gap in access to formal credit. And for too many women entrepreneurs, access to capital is still a daily struggle. And this is not just a Rwandan story, it's a global reality. According to the World Bank estimates, closing the global gender gap in entrepreneurship could unlock up to $6 trillion in economic value. And here in Rwanda, if we look at that proportion, we could potentially add $700 million to our GDP, translating into more jobs, stronger families, and measurable economic gains. And so our responsibility as regulators is not only to preserve financial stability, but to ensure that the financial system serves the real economy and all its people. Recent analysis from the National Establishment Census in 2023 shows that while micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises in Rwanda represent more than 99% of all businesses, they only receive 14% of all total loans. And when we look at women-owned small and medium-sized enterprises, they only get 25% of that 14%. And that gap is not due to lack of potential, It is due to a lack of tailored financial solutions, to historical bias, and insufficient data. Rwanda has now a unique opportunity to establish a system capable of collecting granular, gender desegregated data, leveraging technology and subtext solutions. Your Excellency First Lady, distinguished guests, today we mark a new chapter with the launch of the Women Entrepreneurs Finance Code. This code is more than a symbolic gesture. It is a blueprint for systemic reform, a framework that brings together leadership, data, and action to transform how financial institutions serve women entrepreneurs. It calls on institutions to mobilize targeted capital, to innovate in product design, to track and report gender desegregated data, and to embed gender diversity into the fabric of policy and practice. In essence, it moves us from intention to implementation. We are proud as Rwanda to join 28 countries and 9 global partners in this initiative, but what makes Rwanda's approach unique is the breadth and depth of collaboration behind it. The code is endorsed by the Ministry of Trade and Industry as policymaker, the National Bank of Rwanda as regulator, 11 banks, and the Association of Microfinance Institutions as financial actors, and Access to Finance Rwanda as ecosystem coordinator. Your Excellency First Lady, allow me to emphasize that your presence reflects Rwanda's high-level commitment to inclusivity. And it reminds us that leadership begins not with policy, but with principled conviction. And as I conclude, let me also extend our sincere gratitude to the World Bank, the implementing partner of Rwanda Women Entrepreneurs Finance Code project. Your technical and strategic support has been indispensable in making this moment possible. And to our co-hosts, the Financial Alliance for Women and Access to Finance Rwanda, we thank you for your tireless efforts. To the Ministry of Trade and Industry, the Rwanda Bankers Association, the Association of Microfinance Institutions in Rwanda, and the 11 banks signing the We Finance Code today, we thank you for your commitment. Together, we are building more than a financial code, we are building a future of equity and innovation. Last but not least, our deep gratitude goes to the international guests who traveled from 59 countries to be here in Rwanda for the 2025 Financial Alliance for Women Summit. Let this annual summit be a turning point, an inspiring and productive summit. Let it align capital with purpose. Let it mobilize systems, not just statements. And at the National Bank of Rwanda, we are committed to working with you all toward a future where every woman entrepreneur, every micro, small, and medium-sized enterprise has the tools, the resources, and the confidence to thrive. I thank you all. Murakoze cyane.